happened. It just happened.
What happened?
I don't know. Better be working though.
All right.
We're live.
Cool.
We're live. Rock and roll.
Awesome.
Welcome to Wise Beyond Bitcoin. I'm double checking I didn't do something wrong. Okay, it's good to go. My name is Lucas.
My name is Ryan.
And we've got
some great
Devin.
guests today.
Jacob, and Dev. We got an awesome panel. So welcome. If you love crypto, if you're new to crypto, if you've been around in crypto, we've got a lot of information, a lot of news going on. And to get started with, we'll do a quick little market recap. As you see, Binance Coin is pumping, huge, it's going on a pump. Now that's not a surprise because of the Binance Smart Chain and all the work that CZ and really what Binance has done for crypto. I mean, if you think about the liquidity and the gateways that Binance offers to people around the world and has for years. Seeing the success of that coin is not a surprise. But Ripple, you guys hear about the Ripple news? I mean, is that not big news? Some vindication for Ripple. I'm happy for all those. I've never, for my own reasons, I never bought a bag of Ripple in my crypto years. And now it's like BitBoy made an announcement. You know, even myself. Now I'm like, okay, well, you know,
time to buy.
he makes a good point. You know, he's a great voice, and so. But you think about it, it's like, you know, they are kind of, think about this. It's like if you were going to buy GameStop because of Wall Street bets, right? Ripple is like the GameStop of cryptocurrency. Like they're literally the first crypto to kind of go up to the SEC. And apparently what I've heard is that the judge is not just in the SEC pocket. They pretty much said, hey, if you're going to bring Ripple to trial, you're going to have to show that they made a violation, not just bring them up because they're a cryptocurrency. And that's been the big thing. So I'm really happy for, we support the cryptocurrency community in general. So I'm happy for those who are in Ripple, what's going on there. So who knows, maybe
Elrond's another we should mention.
And Elrond, did you guys hear about Elrond?
It's been pumping.
Yeah, I haven't heard, no.
So Elrond, I found out why. Elrond's gone on a huge pump. It's another scalable is it supposed to be a smart contract platform? I'm not sure if it is or not, but it is. It has just pumped, and they're getting 2% cash back on all your purchases from Walmart, and I think Amazon, but I'm sure of Walmart. So there's a couple of websites that if you purchase with Elrond, you get 2% cash back. So bullish for Elrond. That's one of the reasons for the pump. And then two, shucks. Jacob, why don't you talk, Devin, when do you guys want to talk about some things? Y'all got some great research and some stuff going on crypto. I'll try and pull up an actual article instead of putting off the top of my head while you guys, I mean, hello, let's talk about Wise token.
Let's talk about Wise.
For a second.
Yeah,
Devin, can you do that real quick?
We've got a lot going on. We've had two recent partnerships with different networks, decentralized exchanges. So one on QuickSwap, which is on the Matic network, or also Polygon now.
Going there right now.
Pulling it up. And so, we have love their team. Their CEO is awesome. We've reached an agreement where if we provide certain levels of liquidity, which we've already met a few thresholds, they'll keep up in the rewards. And so there's a quick Wise liquidity pair where you can provide liquidity and get 100 and some percent APY. But the big deal one is the Wise ETH pair. As we all know, Wise is backed by Ethereum, and if you put it in a liquidity pair with Ethereum, the worst you can do in terms of impermanent loss, which is always the risk when it comes to liquidity providing, the worst you can do is, I think, I did the math, is 0.07%, or sorry, 0.7% is the most downside impermanent loss you can have. That's immediately knocked away from any fees that liquidity providers get, which is, I think right now it's 9% annual. And then just the normal APY that you have to consider then too, which is around 80 to 100% APY. So It's like you can't lose. And if it goes up, well, if ETH goes up, you're not going to lose value, when Wise stays down, because Wise goes up with it. So it's like there is no risk of downside and a permanent loss, which is game changing. It's the only crypto I know that has this as the case.
One thing I would like to mention is just, I think people sleep on the fact that this just completely changes liquidity providing as a platform. especially in the Wise ETH pair. But long term, I see these same fundamentals working in other Wise pairs as well. And that's why I'm bullish on other Wise pairs, because I want to get more of those tokens, and I get to do so through Wise.
Absolutely. Very well. And look, what I was going to mention is, has anyone else had a MetaMask wallet? If you guys are new to crypto, welcome, because what's going on right now, these are evolutionary, revolutionary protocols, developers, teams that are coming together and collaborating. This is new. Like, this is very remarkable to find teams from different projects come together and build and unite. This is what that's one of the big things going on with DeFi in 2020 and 2021. So if you have had a MetaMask wallet for Uniswap, you remember a Uni airdrop. And if you had multiple wallets, then, which I didn't, but if you had multiple wallets, then and you interacted with them. So the point is that it's very frequent if you get involved in cryptocurrency that you get rewarded for being in part of the community. It's very all of cryptocurrency is very community driven, and they reward people who get involved. So I wouldn't be surprised if sometime down the road, liquidity providers or people who interacted with Matic and Polygon, they do some kind of, I'm not saying that they are. This isn't a project, but this is the kind of stuff that happens when you get involved and you get liquidity and you provide and you help build value. Because what you're doing when you provide liquidity, let's just speak English, you're helping build value to these networks so they can function. That's what you're doing. You're saying, I'm not using my money so the bank can use it, or I'm not using my crypto so the exchange can use it. But this time, instead of giving it to a foreign third party, you're locking it up in a decentralized smart contract that no one else has control to, and you can pull it out whenever you want. Right. So, but yeah.
Well, that kind of speaks to the solution to the counterparty risk problem that so many investments have in the mainstream economy, is that you'll tie your money up in an investment and it'll be loaned out or invested in something else, and if that other stream of investments is compromised or lost or whatever, then the institution that you have a credit with can go under, and then you've taken on their risks, right? Whereas with liquidity providing in a smart contract, that money's tied up and it's not invested in something that could potentially collapse. Mm-hmm. So you've got a more resilient investment structure. It's not as what's the word? Fragile. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Something I would like to bring up is I think you were on point about how in crypto, there's just this evolving space, and getting incorporated with others' ecosystems is just so big in crypto because you are rewarded. I was digging deeper because you guys brought up Blank Wallet. Mm-hmm. They actually happen to have an airdrop coming for people who take part in their ecosystem. So that might be something to look into.
Well, thank you for letting me know. It's time to, take part in the ecosystem.
Hey, thank you for letting me know about the project.
You're welcome.
I wouldn't have known if it wasn't for you.
I'm always, there's so many people and so many resources. That's why in the description of our videos, if you look, we'll list all the top crypto ambassadors and educators. Because, this is such a dynamic and fast growing space. No one has it all. We're all here to help each other and lift each other up and say, hey, did you hear about this? But I pulled up real quick, so check this out. And you brought up MX. We're going to talk about some other stuff you brought up too, Jacob. Some cool stuff on the Helium. But Polygon, Matic. So Matic's been around for a while. I remember back in the day. So look, if you bought at the peak back here, you've been bummed out. You'd be like, man, who got me into Matic at 3 cents, man? This thing went down 2 cents, man. I lost half, went down to 19 cents. I lost half my money. You've been pissed, dude. And this is why I tell people about crypto. It's like when you get Wise or you get a crypto, stake it for 2 to 3 years. Like, seriously, don't have some get rich quick in the next quarter mentality. Let these developers, let these teams build value, and let the market mature for a few years. 3 years. Give it 3 years. So this guy right here, 2019, if he didn't get out because he was bummed thinking crypto market was dead, oh man, the market dumped, that was it, it's over. Well, look, just 2 years later, that 3 cents is now 35 cents.
Yeah.
You 10x. You thought you bought the peak, and you just 10x your money in 3 years. Where in the traditional market, if you said, now, John, I know that your portfolio dipped 50%, but if you just let it go, it's going to 10x from your original investment in 3 years. They'll be like,
They'd laugh.
10x, give it 10x in 10 years. I'll
Right.
give you all my money if you get it
A
to
life-
10x in 10 years.
A
you know?
lifetime.
Right. So, but that's the growth that's going on in these markets. And that's what I love seeing. It's like when you see what Wise Token is doing, working together with Matic and Polygon.
Right.
This pump is coming from the value at, this is straight up at a time when Ethereum needed a solution to gas fees and relief on the blockchain, on the market for contracts and transactions. Boom. Polygon and Matic is there. Boom. Wise Token is there providing liquidity with Matic right now, earning rewards. And that's just one dynamic. The other one that I'm really excited to talk about.
Binance.
Well, no, yeah,
Oh,
that, yeah,
okay.
yeah, we'll talk about that. Binance, the Binance Smart Chain that's coming out April 27th. Is that date still the go-to?
Yeah, 00 UTC.
Sweet. And until then, every day, $100 giveaway on Twitter. So if you're a social media and you have a tweet account and you Twitter,
You tweet.
or Twitter and you tweet, I have one. I'm so bad about it. I just like find something someone says and I'll just retweet it. Like, that's funny. Haha. I'm not that good at these. But anyway, yeah, if you get involved and follow Wise Token, check it out, because just by retweeting and tagging it and spreading the word, they're giving away $100 every day. So and that's just leading up. So what I love are the projects that are constantly finding ways to give back to the community, rewards, airdrops,
Yeah.
you know.
Grow the network.
You know what happens when you give back to a community? Today is a great example. We had people, not the team. Of course, we have now worked with it, but the community brought Viper Swap to us and Venom down. And Peter was like, "Okay, Cam, if you want to do this," and Cam did it. And just today, over $500,000 has been bridged from Uniswap over to Venom, over to Viper Swap.
Yeah, you beat me to it. I was going to pull that one up next because I had Quick Swap. Now that's a layer on Ethereum right now, but
Yes.
Viper Swap is not a layer on Ethereum. Viper Swap, and hold on, time out, you guys. I'm not going to go there yet. That's a spoiler alert, because before we do that, we were talking about Harmony One earlier. You got to appreciate what it is. Like, you don't just throw some really beautiful piece of artwork or something and be like, "Do you like that?" It's like, you got to talk to them about, like, well, what was it made from? Introduce it, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about Harmony One, and a project that has had a lot of success, a lot more than my computer downloading this page. But Harmony One has had a lot of success. It's another one that's pumped a lot. It's in the top 100. So I'm trying to find it here right now. Maybe I already passed it up. Do you guys know where Harmony One's at in the top 100 market cap?
Is up 82.
Okay, I'm close. Okay, I didn't pass it up. We're good. Thank you for sticking with us. Make sure you hit that like button. If you do, we'll make it to Harmony One. And I passed there. Where is it?
82.
82.
That's what I read on Nomics. Oh, you're on a different one.
Oh, 79. Okay, they're moving up.
You're on.
That's how fast it is. He saw it 82 and boom, it's already 79. No. We're on different market caps. He's on Nomics. I'm on CoinMarketCap. So, but Harmony One, it's another smart contract platform that's massively scalable and has a huge amount of support. And of course, it's its own blockchain. It's its own proof of stake blockchain.
Zero knowledge proofs. There you go.
Check this out. Bada bing, bada boom. So if you want to know, it's like people, it's like in real estate, when you go buy a house, or people in real estate, just because I've been around different markets, like people who are in nice real estate, they wear nice clothes and they drive a nice car because you have to sell it. You're like, I'm successful, you're successful, this is what you want, right? Like, so they're not like, hold on a second, and they come in there with patches and holes in their shirt and like, whatever, and in a car that's like missing hubcaps like mine right now. But the point is that they you work with success in projects that are building and that are doing well. And look at Polygon. That's why I'm pulling up these charts. Look at Polygon and Matic. Look how well it's doing and the value it's adding. Look at Harmony. Look at Harmony One and the support and the value it's getting. And bada bing, bada boom. you guys just jumped in, and now
Completely.
Harmony One is a smart contract platform, just like Ethereum is a smart contract platform, and you can go to Uniswap, which was the first decentralized exchange, of its kind. Now that you know what it is, now that you know what Harmony is, okay, Devin, what were you saying?
I was just saying that looks like a good buying opportunity right there.
Oh, I know.
Oh yeah, it looks really good.
I know. This is
just
not
wish I had
financial
some-
advice, obviously. We're not here to add to your vices, and most people in finance don't know a thing about crypto. We're just here to share knowledge and help build value in these communities together. But Viper Swap. So Viper Swap is built directly on, it's the premier exchange, DEX, decentralized exchange on Harmony One. So if you support Harmony One, which I do, or if you're someone else, and you want to be a part of the network, they have a DEX right now that it's ready to pool liquidity and check out the Viper pit, check out the pool. I haven't had time yet. Shucks, I was going to try and see if it would show the rewards, but I know that Wise Token has a special reward. Do you know about that, Devin? Could you explain a little bit?
What do you mean by special reward?
Isn't there a liquidity? Is there
Oh,
right now,
yeah.
Harmony One, straight up, if you've got Harmony One tokens and you go get some Wise from me, you bridge it over and you stake it, you will earn a Viper. You will earn whatever they have, some kind of Viper pit rewards, just like Maddox offering Quick. You'll earn Viper tokens.
Yeah, Viper token, and it's like 500. So there, it's a little tricky. You do have to lock away like 95%, or no, 95% is locked and 5% is available immediately. So right now it's like 500% redeemable APY, and then the rest is locked away until Christmas. They do these weird Christmas cycles that
whatever, dude. You know what?
I mean,
you got to play. You got to pay to play. It's like, I was talking about, get into these projects because you believe in them. First of all, don't get in because someone said, well, get in because you believe in it, and then you don't worry if the price dips a little bit. You buy the dip. That's what you do. You don't complain when the price goes down. You buy the dip. You're like, well, how come the price down? Because that's what markets do. Buy the dip. If you believe in it and you like it, you're telling your family and friends now more than ever, hey, this is a good time to buy it now. This is called the dip. You don't, don't sell them on the peaks. Get them on the dips too.
And it's all about having realistic expectations.
Yeah.
I mean, what investment's just going to go up?
None.
There's nothing.
And look at crypto. That's why I pulled up that other chart earlier. If you've been that's when people first get in. Sometimes they have unrealistic expectations, I feel, in these markets. But you should still have long-term views. I mean, a few years is still. I mean, crypto happens so fast. 2 to 3 years is life-changing. I mean, 3 to 4 years can be life-changing for many people. So, I mean, a little bit of patience, y'all. Come on.
Sure.
This is people in traditional finance could never dream of these opportunities. So chill out for like a few years.
People just want
I try to tell people that, like, if you're not in it for the technology, for what really is the fundamentals of the token, just don't even get into it. Because at that point, what are you doing? You're speculating. And you're speculating on something you don't believe in.
And how much do you really know about blockchain and smart contracts? And I'm not a developer. Like, how much do you, to speculate, how much do you really know about these markets to really get involved in speculating? Like,
and be good at it.
And to be good at it. Because, like, I've been around this, I've read a lot of white papers, and I still, knowing how volatile and how irrational these markets can be and how much, I would not ever venture into speculating on these projects. For me, it's like straight up, it's got to be something that it's like, oh, this has value, this is unique. And so like you said earlier, Jacob, I love that you brought that point up, how you could take the value on the different protocols, and Wise gives you the ability to go to whichever one you choose, because to me, that's one of the things Ryan and I were talking about earlier. We were talking about true decentralized nature of cryptocurrency.
Right.
Like what's real crypto, what's crypto like? Because like a lot of people right now can go get a Coinbase account, they get their driver's license, and they can go sign up their credit card, and they can go swipe it, and they can go to their bank account, transfer all this money over, and they can say, oh, look, now I've got this Bitcoin.
I'm a crypto investor.
Look at this, I'm a crypto investor. It's like,
I'm part of the revolution.
there are people, dude, straight up right now, there are people, I know there are people right now in Africa, right now in Nigeria, right now, that they go to the grocery store and they price goods in Satoshis. They literally have been using it for so long as an exchange that it's not some kind of fad that they're like, I'm going to see what happens. Like they are literally, how much is that worth today? Oh, it's worth this much. Like that's how advanced.
That's their money.
That's their money. That's how,
Unit
in many
account.
ways, that's so advanced. Like to be thinking as a unit of account in Satoshis, it's like, oh wow, yeah. That's where we haven't got there yet, you
Right.
know. But
You know, before we get into that, you want to talk a little bit about Handshake? Speaking of revolutionary projects that
oh yeah, let's do that real
that are
quick.
doing really big things that are also
Have you guys heard about Handshake?
yeah, we'll talk about Handshake.
I have heard about Handshake. I used to mine it back in
Oh!
the day.
Oh.
but,
Oh, I like
We
it.
have
We found someone that's got some news. All right,
All
well
right.
then spill us the beans,
Yeah,
brother.
let's hear it.
the only thing is, at the time, I didn't know anything about crypto. It was just me and a couple friends back, like, way back when, you know what I mean? About 2 years ago, a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Did you hold into?
did you hold on to any of it?
No, actually, we put it on a hard drive and my computer broke and it was just a mess. So, like,
Yeah.
I don't have access to any of the crypto that I mined
Yeah.
from that period of time. So,
Yeah.
this is kind of like my second coming back into crypto, this whole DeFi movement.
You're born again.
Nice, good for you, brother. Because I took a sleep. I took a sleeper after 2017. There was time when I had to get back to life, and I was like, whatever. I didn't jump in. I kind of didn't wake up till late to the party last year with Uniswap after things had hopped. You know, I was like, wait a minute, what's Uniswap? I found out about it a little late to the game, but I still was fortunate to get in around summer, fall. But
For our listeners who are not interested or not aware of Handshake, this is a decentralized. It's an attempt to create a new foundation for a decentralized internet, right? Is that kind of the idea that the naming?
have you guys heard of Unstoppable Domains?
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually have a few.
Okay, do you know what Unstoppable Domains, you can purchase a domain, it's a .zil or a .crypto, right? And you can go do this right now. So for those of you who are new to crypto and you understand, you're like, what's the value of this new blockchain technology? Or for those of you who are in crypto and still don't understand the value and you think you're just a speculator, you can go to Unstoppable Domains and you can purchase, unlike you purchase a website domain that you have to rent and you have to purchase it again and rent, you purchase it again because you never own it and when you purchase domains. If anyone's ever had a website, you rent it. You don't own it. You always have to renew your subscription after a year or 2 or 3. With Unstoppable Domains, you can purchase Wise Beyond Bitcoin. I don't know if they got that.
Nope, I've got it.
Oh shucks. $40. Well, maybe the value will go up as our channel gets more popular. I'm not buying it. I don't care. Someone will buy it and sell it to me. You can keep it, turn it into an NFT for all I care. But anyway, just kidding. I'm just saying that so the price goes down. We'll see what happens.
Right.
But anyway, so you could purchase this if I were to purchase this right now and hook up you could purchase it with crypto, add to the cart, you can buy it. You own it for life. It's on the blockchain. I would own this for $40 right now. I would own it. That's it. And with the .crypto or .zil, we can receive crypto payments.
Right.
It's an address that receives Bitcoin, Ethereum, all smart others. Like, it's still growing, but it's a multiple currency receiving. All they have to do is send it to the .crypto or the .zil, and it will automatically go to whatever address you put in as you own it. I know because I got one a while ago to an address. I don't even know if I even want to use it or not. But I just to mess around with it, and it was cheap. And I opened it up, and that's how it works. So it's pretty cool, okay? So now, but look, see where it says .crypto right here?
Mm-hmm.
And if you know about computers, you're going to cringe because I know I'm really bad, and I'm not technical at all. So he's like, what is he talking about? See right here where it says .zil? There's a name for that right there. See where it says .zil and .crypto?
Yeah.
Well, that's standard .crypto and .zil, right? It's standard right there, like right here. You can only purchase between. You go to Unstoppable Domains.
Yeah.
You can only choose. If you go to buy a website domain, you can only choose between org,
Right.
live, .com, .net, whatever they have to offer.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to Handshake is a decentralized blockchain
It's a soft
protocol that allows people to purchase a DNS naming zone with the goal of creating an alternative. We're reading the website. Hold on a second.
Let's go to the website.
Yeah, here we go. About Handshake. Permissionless naming protocol, where every peer is validating and in charge of managing the root DNS naming zone with the goal of creating an alternative to existing certificate authorities and naming systems.
Yeah.
Did you just hear this?
That's huge. That's the bottom floor of the new internet.
That's the bottom floor of the new internet, straight up. Right there.
That's the basement.
So now that being said, and I think it's I don't think you mine it. No, you said you mined it. Maybe it's stakeable now. Maybe you do mine it. Maybe it's staked now. Maybe it's. I think you
can also just buy it.
You used to be able to mine it on graphics cards, but that was like a period of time away. I haven't touched Handshake in like a year and a half.
Yeah, well, I haven't. I just found out. I just learned about this, but it's just the idea behind. Here's the problem. So we've got a problem. But now this is this is the tech side, right? The ICANN, the revolutionary naming, like people can purchase it, own it, and you would have it on the blockchain, and no one stores it because it's decentralized ledger. That's cool, right?
Yeah.
What's ironic is that a lot of these decentralized protocols that are so revolutionary and so groundbreaking. What were you saying?
Mina is the other one.
Oh yeah,
we'll go talk about that in a minute.
But what's the?
It's a paradox.
Yeah.
It's like you got this super revolutionary technology, but then you gatekeep it with these old statist KYC, AML.
Can't get to it. You cannot get to it without KYC, AML.
Like, if you were that concerned about creating a decentralized future, wouldn't you want to avoid the gatekeeping? Wouldn't you want to put this out to the masses and make it open? And
I don't even think you can get in the U.S. right now.
Yeah, you can't even buy this as a U.S. citizen
at the moment.
Oh, wow.
But what it makes us think, and here's another one that sounds amazing. So it sounds Mina.
Mina's another one.
It's the world's lightest blockchain powered by participants, and apparently 22 kilobytes. And it stays. The blockchain, it goes fractional. Instead of it getting bigger and bigger, it goes fractional.
It's a fractal
so it continues to do fractal. So it stays the same size. It's going to take over. It's going to be the new blockchain. It's like we don't need large ledgers. Like we can actually do all this stuff.
You can run a full node off your phone.
Run a full node. If this were to take off, this is going to be it. Like this is it. Like I don't care. It's like this. We are all living in the revolutionary time of things. However.
It's not out yet. They're about to have they're releasing it in a week or two.
Yeah, they're not even out yet.
It's not even out yet. Can't buy it.
Oh yeah. Welcome to. So if you're new to Wise Around Bitcoin, you just learned about something that's not out yet.
Right. Oh yeah.
Forgot about that.
But again, for U.S. citizens.
But for U.S. citizens, doesn't matter because apparently the world wants you to stay poor.
Yeah.
as Nigeria refers to their goods and services in satoshis. The world wants you to stay poor and not have access. So hopefully you have a computer miner, someone.
But if you're interested in
proof of stake,
this is a really cool project. The KYC stuff and the gatekeeping aside, just scroll down a little bit. They can maybe see a little bit about how the blockchain works.
Yeah.
But it's the idea is it takes snapshots of, instead of having the actual block, it takes like a snapshot of it. And then with the block previous, so you get context, and then it just keeps going like that with updating for each new block, just taking photographs with the block behind it. The idea, you put the whole blockchain on a very small amount of data through this method, and that's about all I understand. I mean, it's a little bit over my head.
It says people control their data, and holochain's another thing that even though it's not fractal like this, it's apparently it's not it's very light. It's a small chain. So it's interesting to see how many of these really turn out to be functional and work well and add value and take off, but just learned out about this. So I thought you guys would dig that. That's pretty cool.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, I would look into getting some of this. Or if you have friends or connections
or travel,
yeah.
Time to go travel and go somewhere else and not be a U.S. citizen anymore. I love you, but you're no longer a free country. What happened to my freedom, America? I should have the freedom to get Viper tokens, which you can get. Unstoppable domains you can get, but not mean a handshake. What else were we going to have up? That MXC.
MCX. Or MXC, you're right.
No, it's MXC, right?
Yeah.
It's the MXC M2 Pro.
But yeah, going back to, there we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Should I have pulled up the Medium article? Maybe.
You could probably pull up the Medium article. I think
there
that's just weird.
So, Jacob, do you want to talk a little bit about this and let people know what's up? Because the other day we talked about Helium Network, and Helium Network is a revolution in blockchain technology applied to low-ROAN technology, Internet of Things, IoT. Mm-hmm. So, for those of you, remember, if not, you'll have to go look at one of my videos because I'm not going to talk about it right now. Jacob, let's go. What's going on, brother?
All right. So, the big difference between Helium and the M2 Pro in terms of it's the way their blockchain functions. So, Helium is what they call a proof of consensus and a proof of coverage, whereas the M2 Pro is a proof of participation. Just by hooking this up, it doesn't matter the distance you're away from another miner. It doesn't matter where you set this up. You could put 6 on the windowsill right now, and they will all mine the same exact amount. The cool thing about this miner is it is a multi-token miner. So it actually mines their native token MXC. It mines Data Highway, and they have a test net where they mine Bitcoin from a low-power LoRaWAN device where you're using 5 watts from the wall.
Wow.
Just, wow.
That's mind-blowing.
Wow, dude.
The way they make that actually possible is, so they use what's called a supernode. That's above and beyond an explanation that I can give. But they use a supernode in conjunction with their proof of participation model, where the supernode does the computations, and their proof of participation gives you your percentage of whatever you participated in Bitcoin. And so it's pretty cool because it's going to show that you can mine Bitcoin and add value to the Bitcoin network without having these large power costs.
So the supernode is it somehow scales up this hardware's ability to solve the algorithm when there's so many other computers trying that same thing. Because you'd realize you'd think it wouldn't work, right? With such a small device, with you imagine Bitcoin as the hash rate being so high that you question how it works. That's fascinating.
It's way over an explanation that I can give that's short, and it's something that I would just look into. It's called the DOS Kaiser project, and they're essentially trying to scale with Bitcoin in a way where you can be a Bitcoin miner from a low power device, and on the other end, their supernode does all the computations, and you just get paid out for your participation.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be huge, in my opinion.
Is there an AI?
Is
there an AI layer with the supernode, or is that not part
of it?
That's
something I don't know. Okay. To be honest, the supernode and the explanation, I read through the white paper a couple times, and it's still just a little over my head, the technical terms.
Yeah.
But
that sounds really interesting. I'm gonna have to look into that further.
I see what you're saying right here, brother. And it says the interplanetary file storage is expected to be launched later in 2021. So I wonder how they're going to be interacting with that, or what that. I don't understand. Because I don't understand enough about computers exactly what that means, how they're linking up, how they're MXC token, DHX, State Highway, and Bitcoin will be added to the mining list in Q1 of 2021 with IPFS.
Is that
expected to be launched later.
the way I think they're going to interact is through their data highway token. You can think of the data highway token as this place where just all the Internet of Things data collaborates. So they actually plan on interacting with not just LoRaWAN devices, but like other internet protocols.
That's
Okay.
that's cool. That's amazing.
Like TCP/IP or TCP/IP or what is that? The internet, the website protocol for browsing the internet.
Yeah, they plan on interacting with a couple different things through their data highway as far as like the Internet of Things and connectivity is involved. So like, I'm interested to see what'll happen as far as them interacting with things like low power Bluetooth device.
And
be or yeah.
10-year shelf. They expect the M2 Pro miner to function properly for 10 years. That's great. That's nice.
Oh yeah.
Do we have an idea how much those are going for?
They're going for about $3,000 US dollars. It's a bit pricey. I'm not going to lie on that, but I feel like the value you get is the fact that you kind of have this hedge by mining multiple tokens at once, and also Bitcoin, which in my opinion is like the big reason why I'm interested in this.
Right.
That's and the way that it runs off of little to no power. I mean, it doesn't take a lot of power to run these devices. They're like a hotspot, right? I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same exact power as a hotspot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's very, very cool. Very cool. This is a good find, Jacob.
That's a huge.
That's huge, brother. Solid.
Yeah, 3,000 now, but if you compare it to the U.S. dollar in about a month, it'll be about $2,000.
Yeah. That's the best part, right?
That's true. That's a good point.
So, okay, we brought up Elrond, the cashback, the Ripple controversy. If you have any hot crypto tips and you're in the chat, you're welcome to drop. If you have any questions, you're welcome to ask. We've got a solid panel of people. Hey, speaking of, Jacob, how long you been in crypto? What's your background? If you'd like to talk a little bit about your crypto outlook or your experiences, feel free to introduce yourself.
So I started in crypto about the time I was in high school. I'm about 23 right now, pushing 24 pretty soon here. So I got into crypto back in high school around that time when Bitcoin was had this really big stigma to it. But I was kind of a big tech nerd. I was taking some computer classes, and it happened to be something that was interesting to me. A couple friends of mine decided we can't afford the ASIC miners that were out there because it's like, at the time, it was still a lot of money to buy an ASIC miner. And so we decided to mine just random other cryptocurrencies. We mined Handshake. We mined this hard drive storage token and a couple others that just kind of fell off. And over time, just me and my friend group who were doing that, we all just kind of fell through the cracks, So we had it on a hard drive that we kind of shared, but the hard drive ended up getting wiped when someone was moving, and so it was just like, what do you do,
Yeah. There have been many cryptos that I've lost crypto over the years in seed phrases and others that are just it's a chunk, and it's a chunk that will never come back again, and you just move on. That's all you do. It's like that's
bite the bullet.
Yep.
That's one of the things about blockchain and crypto. I feel that is unique for those who've been around and are taking the risk and are paving the way with the new technology. This is not some mature market. This is not some mature regulated market. Most people don't even know what it is. Like, even people who work in the field of regulating are still trying to learn definitions to even understand how to categorize it. The reality is it's like an airplane for the first time being seen from the jungle. Most people have no idea. They don't know what this is. And we're all, if you're a member of the cryptocurrency community, you're part of the ground floor up. This is grassroots. It's built up. And there is no FDIC. There is no call someone up and say, "Oh, my hard drive,
make me whole."
Make me whole.
Yeah.
I can prove it was my hard drive. Doesn't matter. There's nothing I can do for you, because what makes these networks so secure is that they're decentralized and no one can do something for you. That's what makes it so valuable. You know, when
There is the value.
when people get out of the speculation mindset and try to and really understand what the value of the technology is, then you understand, you know, what we like to talk about a lot is the creative destruction.
Yeah, the social cultural implications.
The implications that this will have to change real markets. Like there's a lot of people right now that put on their clothes every day and they say, I don't have time for crypto. I don't crypto. What isn't that just for drug dealers
criminals
or criminals that want to buy nuclear weapons? I heard them say they launder money and buy nuclear weapons. Like literally is a $2 trillion market cap. This is just, it's brand new. It can't have done that much. Like the US dollar's been doing all this for generations. Like what possibly
Fiat's been doing it better.
Yeah, exactly. Fiat and banks they've been the only ones doing it. I don't even how on a public blockchain. I don't know too many people that are trying to you know, whatever.
Well, you know, my response to that would be, so you're telling me that your walk away moment or your with the linchpin for you to support something is if there's crime connected to it.
Oh, right.
Well, then you must not have a dollar.
Yeah, you must have no dollars in your account because bless.
The premier shitcoin that uses to fund all the drug trade and the political corruption and all that, the wars and the prisons and
all of it.
All of that, but no, if someone bought some ecstasy on the dark web, and I'm
yeah, someone.
Lucas, you said something the other week where I launder my money and literally cleaning my US dollars and putting it into
do something positive for the environment and for the world and launder your money by cleaning it. This is not legal. I'm not talking legal words. I'm talking about literally clean
this is more of an ethical
cleansing. This is ethical. Yeah. Ethical cleansing.
Yeah.
Clean it by pulling it out of that nasty fiat that funds all that nasty stuff. Let them and instead be like, you know what? I think I'm going to support one of these decentralized blockchains that aren't funding all this
not a source of evil.
They're not funding detention camps separating children from their families at borders or prisons for nonviolent crimes
or bombing a Doctors Without Borders hospital
or bombing in general.
Yeah,
that's a thing. So if you'd like to, people talk about voting all the time. Like, oh, you got to vote. You hear people always these vote stickers people wear about I vote. Well, if you're so big into the voting thing, which I'm not into big voting for humans, other people, but if you're into like deciding with your energy,
if you're into social change
and having a say with what you do, then many cryptocurrencies are out there for you to learn about and to give you an opportunity, because most likely they are quite a step up from what your current fiat situation may be.
And unlike virtue signaling at the ballot box, buying crypto and selling dollars actually does have an effect. You are actually helping change things. Whereas voting, I'm not telling you not to vote, but there's a lot of people voting, and if you vote or don't, it really doesn't matter.
Like, if you're a shareholder, you got to do what you got to do. But we're talking about Harmony One. That's really what we're talking about. It's just such a fitting. I just saw the word Harmony One. I was like, wow, this is very nice. Harmony One. It's kind of where we're going with this. And then if we all come together in kumbaya, see what happens to the chart? We come up.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom, y'all. We come up, and then we'll chill out a little bit, but that's all right. We'll come back up again.
Looking at that chart, it's a good buying opportunity. But I think the people who have buyer's remorse, they often don't wait for the correction. They're buying the top, and then they get angry when it comes down and it corrects. It goes back to the mean. I know we talked about that. It just seems, I want to reiterate: don't buy tops, and then get angry about it. If you do buy, if you're buying a top, be aware of what you're doing.
Fundamentally,
know that you're taking a big risk, and be prepared to hold. Through the next few years.
I think the big thing is just to have an investment strategy, like in my case, it's just like if I'm buying, I'm either price cost averaging in, trying to buy the dip, or I'm buying projects that I know I'm going to hold long term, that I don't care if I buy the top.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I think, Jacob, you and I are in agreement there. I think a step further I take, and I know you do because we talk about this kind of stuff, but taking then your stuff that's sitting there and putting it places where it's safe and that can make passive income, that can generate passive income, like liquidity providing pairs that maybe don't have impermanent loss risks, or staking, just staking in general, right? There's tons of places to stake, and it's not a risk really at all, unless you need your money at certain periods of time.
Oh yeah, that's why, like, from the day one, I was one of I invested in Wise on day one of the first 50 days, and that's where most of my money went into, was day one.
That was a good move. I mean.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was kind of shocked. I got a little bit lower than most people, and then it just kept pumping, and I kept FOMOing in. And
Yeah, we all did.
Yeah.
But you know what? It was more. Even at the end, I was buying it at the end, knowing that I was buying over, because at the end, even Peter was saying, look at the math. You're buying over. Like, don't do this. He was even telling people, just wait.
Yeah, wait.
He was even telling people, just save some for later. Like, don't do it all now. It was funny, but I was like, whatever. I was kind of happy to see how much could be locked in from the beginning, right off the bat, and see just how much I could get that massive pool pump. It's cool. It was beautiful to be a part of that and to see that success. What's also cool, and because in just a few years, I mean, it's like a lifetime in crypto, and I'm scrolling down this market cap trying to pick some random crypto, but I like showing these charts, because when people jump in, I mean, I could do Harmony, not that one. When you look at it, when you come into a crypto chart and you look at how long these things take to develop, you often people set for 2 or 3 years before they got to see a return of some kind of exponential return. So when people come in and they jump in, they say, well, how come the project, went down in value last month to this month, and 3 months later hasn't done anything? It's like, well, welcome to crypto. It's like that happens all the time. Exactly. It's doing that. And if you get out now, then you're not going to be in the next time when it does that.
Right.
But whatever. I don't need to pull up a chart. People get the idea. What I will say is this: when you go to fundamentals, which is what I do, I don't focus on technical analysis. Like I said, I bought Bitcoin at a peak, and it was a good choice. I was lucky. But the fundamentals for Wise Token are locked liquidity, massive locked liquidity on the largest and the biggest decentralized exchange on Ethereum, the decentralized exchange, Uniswap. And it still is doing its thing by smart contract, by maintaining its position up in the top 10, by maintaining that locked liquidity for massive moves in and massive moves out. If you want to get out, don't let the door hit you. You want to come in, no one's stopping you. It's real crypto. That's one of the we're gonna get back to earlier. Let's circle back to this real quick.
Yeah.
One of the things that's truly ethical about Wise Token, what's really cool, that now you can get it on Matic, and now you can also get it on ViperSwap, because they're making it with transaction fees more accessible to move around. But Wise Token is truly decentralized. It's staying true to cryptocurrency. Wise Token, there are a lot of projects out there that are crypto light. They're like, yeah, we're crypto, but it's AML, KYC, register your bank account, and then you can play. It's like the whole purpose of Bitcoin, anyone being able to mine it around the world. It was a network that was started by any human being being able to support the network, and it being a decentralized network that didn't depend upon any centralized agencies or services to monitor, do anything. So the idea that people are looking at crypto through a AML KYC framework, it's like, this is not, we need to not have cars being pulled by horses, right? Can we not have the cars being pulled by horses? It's like, I know you guys love horses. They're like, but we got to have the horses, right? It's like, no, we don't. Yeah, you can have them out to pasture. Go watch them, run around, feed them.
Don't pull the car.
But get them off the road, or have them go to the side, because we need to drive. Like, let us drive. It's
think about, we don't hear it as much, but when Bitcoin and all this started, one of the main watchwords was permissionless. It was permissionless, trustless, right? But see, if these fake cryptos, or I guess you'd say not fake, but these diet cryptos or crypto paradoxes, it's not permissionless. It's it's with permission. And so it's not really, it doesn't seem to be true to the original vision.
I mean, many could decentralize later, and I'm sure they will, and I hope they move to it. But the point is, it's like, what does that say for the ethos of blockchain and crypto if there's literally people that are disenfranchised right now?
Right.
Like, how do you feel about that? Blockchain development, crypto. How do you feel about that? Like, literally, there are groups of people that are disenfranchised because of why? What are you doing it for? What's the whole purpose of what you're doing?
I think it's when you care more about making money and working with the status quo or the state or the governments and being not overthrowing the system, but kind of becoming, joining it, being co-opted. So there's two different real paths you could go. You can be a rebel, or you can be an insider in this market. And I feel like the projects that are like Handshake or Mina, I feel like they're more interested in they're more interested in wearing the ring and joining the elite, or becoming part of the small club of insiders, than they are with flattening the hierarchies. So it's like joining. I want to become the hierarchy, not replace it. I think that's the mentality.
A lot of projects are like that. I mean, but it is what it is. I mean, I think it's not about the it's just about having something that, whether it's decentralized or not. If no one can control it, then you don't worry about it. If someone controls it, then
got a problem.
It is what it is, right? And so, but one of the things that always drew me to Wise Token. Thank you for being here, Devin, and showing up. So, because I know you've been working hard, and I, having been around crypto before Wise, and blessed to have been a part of it from the beginning, and after talking to Peter when Ryan and I met him a while back, and we're like, okay, this is solid. This is work. But I'm happy. I'm grateful, because how often do you see in projects? So many projects on Uniswap have come and gone. You don't even know who the developer is or who the team is, and the project is gone. Like, it was a rug pull.
No
it's
activity.
Done. There's no activity. It's nothing happening. And here you've got the first massive ownerless locked liquidity pool of its kind, and it's the foundation, and it's doing its thing. It's working,
and it's still twice as high from the launch, right?
It's
a little more, yeah.
Yeah.
And
so that's why I always go back to the people who are upset. It's like, well, okay, hey, if you bought this at the launch, you're still up. You doubled your money.
And also, crypto's not stagnant. Cryptocurrency is not stagnant. It's not set it and forget it. Cryptocurrency is a dynamic market where you're seeing teams build bridges together. And you hear interoperability. You hear it with Polkadot. You hear it with Binance and all these different platforms. But who's doing it? In Wise Token, it's a smart contract. It has locked liquidity. It's ownerless. It has no history of an updated smart contract that, oops, someone had an inflation bug and took your money. Oops, there was a rug pull. Oops, we didn't know. It's like, there's been no oopses.
Like paid network.
There's been, I mean, it can be great, and it's functioning and things happen, and that's the risk when you first build airplanes. Some of them are going to crash, so it's cool. I still, but when you're building something to be like a bond, when you're building something to be ownerless and to have no intermediaries and to be truly earn interest, no other parties, lock it up on time, treat everyone equally as an ethical, equal, decentralized.
Yeah, it's kind of
digital currency protocol, smart contract. It's standalone, and seeing how the community and the founder and the team are out there creating bridges to other smart contracts that are blowing up, and layer solutions that are blowing up, and it's just getting going. Like, I know that there's stuff going on for Binance Smart Chain. I know that there's stuff going on for Polkadot. I know that there are Peter and you and the team have got stuff going on for incentivizing stakes and new adopters and Bright ID and other stuff. There's so many collaborations happening that I'm just excited. Like, this is just the first year. We didn't even mention collateral lending, which at the end of the day is bigger than anything.
All right.
At the end of the day, that's bigger than anything. Collateral lending. If you're a Wise token holder and you're on Wise on one of these chains, guess what's coming at the end of the year before the year's up? That's right. True DeFi. MetaMask wallet, Ethereum, welcome to DeFi. No need to sign up in this country. Go over here.
Right.
Da 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 da. Straight up, internet. You're welcome. Internet, you're welcome. Hello, welcome to worldwide digital currency smart contract by Ethereum. Here you go. Boom.
Yeah, it's pretty huge.
It's huge. And now welcome. It's on Harmony. Huge. We're not talking about some small podunk chain in the bottom 700, 800. It's like building with the biggest platforms in crypto. Matic and Polygon, biggest. They're one of the biggest layer solutions.
Binance Smart Chain.
Binance Smart Chain. CZ, Binance, biggest.
Yeah.
Biggest.
Even some hot new ones too.
Harmony.
They're going to be doing it with Polkadot. They're going to be doing it with Casper. Those are some hot new chains.
And those are huge. They're not, I mean, how new is Polkadot? Gavin Wood is one of the founders of Ethereum and has been working on Polkadot for years. Like, it's just now maturing. It's like that seed's been sprouting roots before you see the shoot come up out of the ground. You know, at the end of the day, we're talking about some of the blue chips. Like, you know, but you're right. It's still new. I mean, it's still, these things are just coming out. Like, we're just seeing them get traction. So this was a part of a live stream. We were going to hang out with Jacob, which we can do this again, Jacob, because Devin came at the last minute too. So much has been happening with Wise this week. It was like, you want to jump on and hang out and talk a little bit about, so,
what else do we want to cover?
In fact, if there's something else, Devin, that you want to talk about Wise that I did not cover, feel free to have the floor and mention some stuff, because you've been in the weeds, brother. So let some steam out and let the people know right now. Devin's in the trenches, and he's been hammering out building value in Wise Token for months, working with Peter, working with the community, and working with other teams. So talk to me, brother. What's going on?
Well, I think the biggest thing that I'm personally most excited for, there's a whole lot to pick from, but when we talk about collateral lending and borrowing, I think the other cool, very innovative thing that the team is working on is leveraged lending. So, and doing that, because that's, you can do that in a decentralized way.
Right.
And in a dynamic way where the contract realizes, okay, well, we can't we have to liquidate this person here, and here, but also are they choosing a coin that is going to go down rapidly up? Like, what's the risk value of that coin? Like, just getting that mathematically down,
right,
in a way.
So it can't be like flash loan played. Kind of, you got to make sure you do it right. I understand. That's huge.
Yeah. So that's super big. Again, just all the launches we're doing. The big vision goal. Be backed by every blockchain's primary asset. Ether is Ethereum, BNB on Binance Smart Chain and kind of Binance as well later. Polkadot with DOT, Cardano ADA, on and on and on. And one day, raising massive ownerless liquidity where you're backed by that asset, the asset that everyone on the network pays their bills in. Right? If you're building a company on the network, you got to pay your bills, and your customers pay their fees in that token. Sure, some might not be a lot, some might not, whatever. If you're backed by every major asset, and then we somehow link all of those different Wise tokens together, you can do so much with that. You can be the index for the entire crypto market. You can be an ETF. You could be make a hedge fund. Like, just endless ideas. That's the thing I'm really excited about, and it could be here at the end of the year. Wow. Like, that's right. Pretty awesome. Pretty big thinking on Peter's part, and really glad to be a part of it personally.
Huge, man. Huge.
Yeah, cool.
Oh yeah, this is why Wise is one of my bigger holds. Like, it's honestly my biggest hold.
I as well. Yep.
Yeah.
When it comes to managing things, I'd say that's the largest one. So, and I'm happy with it. So that's.
And we're working with a lot of accredited investors, doing some not cold calls, but we're working with people who make those kind of calls and have those kinds of lists. And pretty much every day, I spend 3 or 4 hours on the phone with these people, literally getting them not only answering their questions and whatever, not trying to convince anyone, but answering their questions, telling them why this is probably a good investment if they're thinking long term, And then going from that to getting them to actually staking for years. I had a phone call with the WWE World Champ Bobby Lashley a week ago, and he staked for an amount of time.
Nice.
That is quite a decent one.
That's
That's awesome.
Cool,
That's
right?
nice.
You know, we were gonna have Cam on here. Cam, where did you go, Cam? Why did you not pop up? Cam is he's got Wise Guys Mastermind. Shucks, I wish, I think he tried to send me a telegram. He's got Wise Guys Mastermind, but he was the prime mover behind Harmony One. Is that right? Him and
Yep. And
Obi?
yes.
Obi,
yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
They were working on it together. So I think Obi Raj. I mean, this is awesome. Cryptocurrency is awesome. Right now, if you're in cryptocurrency, you're smiling. There's a lot of, look Christmassy, but there's a lot of green going on. We're definitely in a bullish, sentimental market at the moment. And, none of us are maximalists. I mean, look, Wise Token's already building bridges with other communities. We are doing videos and research on different projects and tokens all the time, just like Jacob bringing us the M2 Pro miner with MX. This is huge. This is groundbreaking. This is all brand new stuff happening in blockchain. So if you thought, oh, I'm late to the game, it's like, you're not late. You're literally at the beginning. Take your time. Don't worry.
So early.
Yeah, you're so early. Take your time and read up and ease into it. You don't need a FOMO, fear of missing out. You don't need a FOMO and rush into anything.
That's right.
Yeah, do your research and ask questions. You can always ask us questions on the chat after you like. We always make sure that you hit a like first. If there's no like, no question.
Right. There is a question on the chat.
Oh, there is?
Yes. Crypto Press says, where can I buy Casper? I know you can get it on Uniswap.
No.
Right.
Casper?
I believe you can, yeah.
No. Casper's its own network.
Casper's
a smart contract blockchain network. It's very popular in the East, in China. It's huge. Right. I read some articles. I did a video. Now you know what I'm talking about, Devin, right? Come on.
Yeah.
Back me up here. Casper Network.
Yeah, Casper Labs, they launched on CoinList, and there were 3 different pre-sale options.
That's right. That's right.
But a lot of them had to do with like lockup periods. So you got a bunch of them at 5 cents, but they had to be locked for a year.
That's
whatever,
right. That's right. I remember now. That's right. It's brand new. But Casper Network, it's that same staking technology that Ethereum's trying to move to. It's the Casper proof of stake. You hear the word Casper Net, like this is the. I think this is basically the proof of stake design.
And they do a lot of cool. They have a lot of cool contracts for like governance. I don't know. There's a better word for it, but where you can have different voting rights for different criterias that you meet for just supporting the network in different ways. And it's when Wise is over there, and one day Peter wants to let people, obviously anyone can go build on Wise today, but it's kind of like the expectation is the team is here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he can like offload that expectation into a community, right?
Right.
And he can just go and live his life with his new kid and wherever, do whatever he wants. He doesn't have to, the community thinks there's this expectation for him to do it all because really it's fully decentralized. There's not. He's there out of the kindness of his heart and putting up a lot of his own money to build more on this ecosystem.
It's working. It's building out. Yeah. So
I'd say it's working pretty well.
Yeah.
And I guess the easy way to get Casper if you're not in China is to have Wise Token.
Mm-hmm.
For when the bridge comes, that's just another gateway. But I know we hit 7:04.
A little over.
You guys have anything else you want to share on this? On this, I think we covered most of the market. We covered a lot of topics. I wanted to make sure we got into the Wise Token as well as a few of these other protocols we want to cover. I think we got a lot.
I think we covered everything.
Yeah, we got Ripple, we got Elron, some new stuff no one's talked about. We got Handshake, Mina. We talked about KYC. Jacob dropped some bombs. I know he's got some more bombs we didn't even get to. Like you showed me that Helium map.
That blank wallet airdrop was
Blank wallet
That's cool.
airdrop. That's huge. Thank you for
Yeah.
writing that down. That's game on. And Devin sharing what's going on in the trenches with Wise Token and what Peter's got. This is huge. This is a beautiful year. Welcome to crypto. Thanks for joining us at Wise Beyond Bitcoin. I think we're going to wrap it up unless we get some last minute question. But Squash Bro, Crypto Press, JPAR, thanks for stopping in. Dogecoin Kid, our crew, thank you guys for dropping those likes. We love being able to hang out. As you all know, cryptocurrency is not widely known in the world, and it's a language. Like I can sit here and talk to Jacob and be like, oh, hey, Jacob, do you know what this is, proof of work or proof of stake? Do you know? And you could tell me if you do the research, right? Because you know what I'm talking about when I say that, right? It's like musicians talking the same language about chords. Like to be able to sit around and talk crypto together and learn this stuff together, that's what it's all about. It's interactive, and that's the one thing that I learned from when I jumped out of it after 2017 and came back in late 2020, late 2020. It's growing so fast. Don't get out. Don't jump out. If you want to learn, have moderation and digest the information in a healthy way. That is, but stay abreast. This is something that's continually growing and continually happening at lightning pace. So it's just the beginning. Right. Be patient with yourself. We've got more live streams. It's, for me to be able to hang out with you guys and just to talk crypto and to catch up and to learn stuff. It's like
it's always fun.
It's fun. It's like a breath of fresh air. It's like my secret. The Harry Potter community, right? I never read it. My sister had she had the Harry Potters, but I saw the movie. It's like a whole, you walk through a subway and boom, bada bing, it's cryptocurrency world. Welcome to cryptocurrency Waldorf, or whatever it's called.
Whatever that is, yeah.
Isn't it Waldorf? Waldorf is a nice place in New York, isn't it? I don't know.
Well, Astoria.
Yeah.
Nice hotel.
It's so more widely accepted that I actually seen someone at my day job the other day, and we were talking about crypto at my day job.
Oh.
Awesome.
Yeah,
it's getting there.
Cool.
That's when you know. Yeah. That's when you know. Like it's like that's that. And when you say that, that's when I have an optimistic. I mean, I'm always optimistic, but I'm bullish when it comes to bear market. I don't feel. I mean, unless the whole world's going some crazy thing, that's different. Black swan. But I don't see a bear market lasting as long as it did from 2017 because there's just too much more energy. There's too many more coming in. The view is different. So even if there is whenever the correction comes, and however drastic it is, it would be difficult for me to vision another 2 to 3 year, draw out because there's just too much approval. I mean,
there's too much interest.
Oh, Elon, I'll stretch this out just to throw this out. Tesla is on Binance, so you're seeing a lot of Tesla. Okay, well for me, I'm just gonna put it straight out there. Tesla is might as well say U.S. government. I'm just gonna put it out there right now. If it says Tesla, it says U.S. government. Elon Musk is just a puppet for the state. And I don't mean that in a negative way. And I mean that literally from just a financial perspective. He operates off of subsidies. His business operates off of huge amounts of subsidies. He's not someone slinging it at farmers markets trying to get people to come back because he's got the bomb recipe. He's in the business of, he makes business deals and he gets a lot of money coming in from the state, tax breaks. He gets licenses to do things other people can't do. He gets, tax breaks in certain areas for operating in a certain state or doing, it's a
Green
government.
energy subsidies and all that.
Let me tell you this. If people, all these fanboys, it's like they don't grow up to the real world. Men that run businesses don't make decisions by themselves like that. There's just no way that you have hundreds of billions of dollars in subsidies. There's no way you get all that money. You have a legal team. You've got all these people that work with you, accountants and CPAs. You got everyone that works on the staff. And you just wake up and just tweet, I'm going to buy Bitcoin today. That's not how life works. That's not how it works. You already know, your legal team let you know. You can do this with the subsidies. Because if not, the U.S. government come down right now and say, They don't give money to schools if you don't teach what they want you to teach. Okay, the government will rip that funding right from you. So if they're giving out billions of dollars to Tesla to be the new green, whatever it is, I guarantee you this is an approved move into Bitcoin being accepted into the market. It's being done through the private side, right? It's not the government coming out and saying we're going to pass a law, because that's slow and that's clunky. But what you can do is let the private market through the private side start accepting it and not do anything about it and just pretend hands off. But it'd be really disingenuous to come in later on and be like, hey, what's going on here? Because at the end of the day, straight up, what do you mean what's going on here? You give me hundreds of billions of dollars every quarter. I just made a big tweet. At the end of the day, to me, he's a CEO. He's a spokesperson. He does what a president. He reads a teleprompter. He's a figurehead. Even if you follow his career from a young age, he came from a wealthy family, came over, sold a business, was put into what became PayPal, and helped create that with other people, and then that sold. And so Tesla was bought out of bankruptcy. It's an alternative energy company like Enron, right? It literally thrives off of subsidies. Without subsidies, there'd be no Tesla. You wouldn't have people riding around in cars.
You wouldn't be able to afford them.
There wouldn't be Teslas. It wouldn't exist without.
It wouldn't be economical.
So I would say it's funny that he's buying Bitcoin. I would say this. I don't know why everyone's so happy with it. I think that everyone in America should actually be driving a Tesla and should be given a Bitcoin in their wallet, since they're paying for it with their taxes anyway. It's like, wait, guys, why do you love what he's doing so much? They're straight up putting you into the poorhouse by giving him subsidies to pay for all these experience taxes. And then, no, straight up, man, you just give everyone a Tesla and give them a little bit of Bitcoin. All right, come on, give them a little Bitcoin in their wallet. I think Elon should give everyone free. And of course, he's pumping Dogecoin, like the most inflationary.
Yeah.
The worst. It's it's a meme coin.
Imagine having that much money and being
that bothers me, actually. I just tell you,
that can't be genuine.
It's not funny when people barely even know what this technology is. It's not funny. People really lose money, and people lose their livelihood. And I don't even think he really understands a lot of what's going on in the whole market, because how can you? I mean, anyone who does this spends their life doing this, breathing it, eating it, drinking it every day, looking at the developments and the changes. You can't be a father and a husband and run spaceships and tweet and do everything, and also it's like, I don't know.
And he builds a mean flamethrower.
And a mean flamethrower, right?
Something I just want to say on that is, just to back up one step, is to trust and not to verify. Don't take someone at their face value, at their word. Don't trust. Verify. Look into it. Look into the information. It's why I'm so bullish on Wise. Wise is a smart contract. There is no trust there.
Yeah, that's true.
It's trustless. When you remove having to trust someone, that's where you bring that trustless, like Bitcoin, decentralized. I mean, that's the whole point.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah, and we as a team try and be and we are as transparent as possible, because this is the one part where you do have to trust us, is that we're working. But it's also, you don't really need to expect that we should also, we're going to be transparent about it. So you don't need to worry. Like, you know what I mean? It's all.
Yeah, well, especially when it comes to Wise Token, I mean, shucks, y'all aren't even a foundation team holding a bunch of people's funds to do marketing in the first place. I mean, at the end of the day, there's the community drive, and then that's what I love seeing, what the community's brought to the table, and how Peter and the team have stayed there in the huddle. Like, all right, let's continue. We've got the first stage done. It's working. It's locked. How can we add value and make this more dynamic? And they're making it happen, because it's his baby. It's his project. Just like it's one of the things like I like about Richard Hart in Hex. He's still out there. He's building value. He's talking about it. He's interviewing. He's doing it. Peter, interviewing. He's doing it. He's building value. You look for those protocols where people are actually sticking around and they're adding layers and building value. Now, I can't really, compare. There's no comparison other than the fact that there's founders sticking around and talking, because we're talking about a token that's on several different chains right now, and that's just community drive. That's without a founder with a fat bag of being able to do whatever you want with it. So kudos to Peter and the team for being able to pull all this grassroots. I mean, it's truly remarkable when you look at what's being done grassroots with his own funds, with our own time and energy, with our own fund. Like, people are building this and creating it. Oh, and by the way, what others don't have, a massive locked pool of liquidity. Massive, meaning you don't need permission from someone if you want to exit your position. Right. Don't let the barn door hit you on the way out. Go out whenever you want, as much as you want, and come back in with as much as you want. It's right there, you know.
I think it's $250 million today.
So
nice.
I love it.
Huge.
I love it. 7:15. I don't have any other questions. I'm gonna end it. We can hang out for a bit, you guys. I'm gonna end the stream now. Thank you guys for jumping in. We're gonna continue this next Monday, every Monday from 6 to 7. I'm sure we'll have a special guest. We'll have a lot to talk about because there's always so much going on in crypto. Hope you learned something. And if you're watching this in the week and you've got some news to share, drop a comment and we'll research it for next week. Don't forget to tap on the like button. I see we've got 5 viewers and 6 likes. Do you see how magical our channel is?
Yeah, we're conjuring up.
Do you see that? We've got 5 viewers and 6 likes right now. Do you understand? Oh, 6 viewers. Does that mean we can get 7 likes? Whoever just came in, I don't know, but we've got this ability right now to have more likes than viewers. So it's probably because a bunch of people left, but don't worry about that. Hey, we'll catch you up next time. Not until then, have a beautiful day and namaste.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste, y'all. Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.